Welcome to one of history's greatest adventures. The year is 1492. A dreamer, a sailor, and an explorer, Christopher Columbus, set out to push the boundaries of the world as Europe knew it. Was his journey merely the discovery of a new continent, or was it the catalyst for a series of events that would forever alter the course of human history? Let us take a closer look at this epic voyage. The pre-Columbian world and the Silk Road. In the 15th century, Europe was fascinated by the riches of the East, its silks, spices, and precious stones. However, the traditional trade routes to the East, namely the Silk Road, were under the control of the Ottoman Empire and had become both expensive and risky for Europeans. The search for gold and spices turned their eyes to the seas. Finding a new, safer, and more profitable route became the primary goal. Columbus's vision and Spain's support. Christopher Columbus had an extraordinary idea during this period. He believed the world was round and therefore thought it was possible to reach the East by sailing west. Although many dismissed the calculations on his maps, he eventually managed to convince Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand of Spain. Spain, having regained its financial power after the Reconquista, decided to support this daring venture. 3 ships, the Santa Maria, the Pinta, and the Nina, were ready to set sail into the unknown. Journey into the unknown. On August 3rd, 1492, these 3 small ships set sail from the port of Palos and began their journey into the vastness of the Atlantic Ocean. Weeks turned into months, restlessness grew among the crew, and whispers of mutiny arose. As despair set in, on the morning of October 12th, 1492, land finally came into view. Believing it to be the coast of East Asia, Columbus named the island San Salvador. In reality, he had reached a small island in the Bahamas, a new world, a new encounter. Columbus and his crew encountered the Taino people, the island's indigenous inhabitants. The Tainos were exotic, peaceful people to the Europeans. Columbus continued exploring the area in search of gold. He reached the islands of Cuba and Hispaniola, present-day Haiti and the Dominican Republic. He found signs of gold there, and on his return to Europe, brought with him Native Americans, samples of gold, and previously unseen plants and animals. The Columbian Exchange and the Changing World. Columbus's discovery was not merely a geographical event. It initiated a major process of interaction that historians call the Columbian Exchange. Wheat, cattle, horses, and iron from Europe were exchanged for corn, potatoes, tomatoes, tobacco, and cocoa from the Americas. However, this exchange also had a dark side. Diseases brought by Europeans, such as smallpox and measles, rapidly decimated the indigenous American population. Slavery and colonialism became part of this new world. Legacy and debates. Although Christopher Columbus never set foot on the American continent, his voyage is considered one of the greatest turning points in human history. The riches of the new continent laid the foundation for European powers' global domination. However, it also marked the beginning of destruction, genocide, and enslavement for the indigenous peoples. Columbus's legacy remains a complex and multi-layered subject that is still debated today. Conclusion. The discovery of America was more than just a geographical event. It was the first step toward globalization, the dawn of a new era, and the beginning of a chain of events that forever altered the course of human history. This story, written through a combination of curiosity about the unknown, courage, and sometimes destructiveness, whispers to us today, as it did yesterday, about the complexity of history.